foreshadowing of this OU battle to make up for the humiliating OU fight that I had in my third vid. But yeah, abras asylum, this guy avpforce56 decided to battle me, or I asked for a battle and he accepted the challenge. So here we go. He lead off with a bout on didn't do anything, switched to dusk nor, and I set up stealth rocks. And let me tell you, this team I'm excited about because it is just funny later. But I lead off with psychic, and he gets a trick off of me, which means he gets my focus sash and I get his choice scarf. But I'm not complaining. Usually I'd freak out at this point, but I don't. So I just keep going with the psychic and lock myself into that. And he does pain split, which is I've never really experienced on Wi-Fi, so it's just annoying. Excuse me. But yeah, I go for another psychic, and I just keep pounding him with psychic to see if anything happens, and his sped defense goes down. So he pain splits me again. We both take sandstorm damage, and he switches out into Tyranitar. And psychic doesn't affect Tyranitar, which saddened me a lot. So I believe I switch out at this point, and I go into Rachi Punch, which is my shiny Jirachi, which is bulky and abuses the flinching a lot, like I like. Love flinches with a passion. But anyway, I go for the Iron Head, hoping for a flinch, and got the flinch. And none of us take sandstorm damage because we are boss with both of us, one of us being rock and one of us being steel. So he actually didn't get the flinch this time, and he gets earthquake off. But this thing is bulky as ever and will just take it like a champ. Not like a Machamp that defeated me humiliated. I can't talk. So I go for another Iron Head, and it flinches, which I'm happy about. I'm just ecstatic. But I cannot talk today. I'm sorry. This is the second video I can't do it. So he goes off, and I get him down to like near death, and he gets off with earthquake. And so now I'm back down to 24 HP. And this was the weird thing. He knows I have rocks up, and yet he switches out. I would think he would just leave Tyranitar in for death fodder, but I guess not. I wasn't complaining. But the Iron Head goes off on the Hippowdon, which doesn't do a lot because the Hippowdons are bulky and defensive-like, and it's the same one I have in a box, and I know exactly what's going to come. So I lay off Ice Punch thinking I could do some decent damage, but does the same thing as Iron Head did, so he just earthquakes me to the death. I commend you, Hippowdon, but not for long. So I go back into Feel Good, the Azoth, and he switches out into Magna Zone. Now, this was the point. Do I want to Psychic or blow him up in the face? And I chose Psychic so I can get him down, because I didn't know if he was going to switch into another Ghost or not. I was scared. So I get off with another Psychic, and he just T-waves it. And at this point, I'm just sad because I don't think Azoth is going to be able to kill the Magna Zone because he gets the hidden power off. So Azoth dies, and I'm sad, and I have a phone call, but I'll take it in a minute. So I go into I Feel Gross, which is the Metagross that's choice banded, and bullet punches him for the death. And now I'm going to pause it for a quick second, hoping. Okay, I'm back. I'm glad this works. So I've got a brief punch. Okay, bullet punch. That's right. Okay, sorry, I had to answer a phone call. It was very urgent. Oh well. So he switches into Kool-Aid, which is his Vaporeon. I hate Vaporeons. They're so bulky in defense. So I'm just gonna take this anger out already. So this is the fun part. He does Wish, and now looking back at the video, I understand what he was trying to go for, and he switches out back into Tyranitar. But lucky for me, Stealth Rocks kills it, so the Wish was null and void. Or the Wish didn't happen on Tyranitar, at least. I don't remember if it comes up. So he goes into Hippowdon, switches back into Vaporeon, but I just go, boom! Explosion for the win, and it's gonna take him down to the count, and he's dead. I'm too excited. So Boozong dies, or Bronzong, I just call it. So I go into Garbooms, which is my Gengar that has a sneaky surprise. I wonder if the YouTube community can guess it. So he ice shards me. But you know what? I'm like, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I don't care how much damage you give me, because I'm just gonna blow in the face! And it dies! Burning down the house with the bombing and the explosions and the sandstorm. So I switch it to Salamence, the casual orb mints or whatever. So we switch it to those last poke, which is the Hippowdon. So I just outrage him, thinking I could do a lot of damage. But no, he's going to stall me because I predict Slack Off. And what happens? Slack Off! So I'm locked into Outrage, just because I'm not forced to do any other moves while Outrage continues. And so the pattern here, as you can all guess, is I'm going to go Outrage, and he's going to Slack it off. And I'm not going to be able to do any shit with this. Oh, I didn't mean to say... I shouldn't cuss, but I don't care. That came out. Oh well, I don't care. Anyway, so I'm confused, and I decide to give off to win this fight with a final bang. And this is Choice Banded, which means it increases the attack, and you all know what's gonna happen, or at least you'd guess it. Boom! Explosion! Oh! And it's dead. Oh my gosh, that was a fun game. And I actually it took me 2 days to think of this team, or to get the kinks out, because I tested it a lot. But I am in love with this Suicide Explosion team. But good game, AVP. I will link you into the description. And alright, rate, or I don't think you can rate anymore, but I don't care. Like it, comment, subscribe it, and there you go.